Hello my darlings, and welcome to my spell candle series. Today I'm going to create a spell candle for joy and creativity. This candle can be used to bring joy to your space or to bring a boost of creativity when you're creating art, crafting, cooking, writing, or any other creative pursuit. Let's do some magical crafting. This video is part of a candle magic series. I create 12 different spell candles and talk about the magical properties of the ingredients in each one. I will link to a playlist for the series below. I will also link to all of the materials I used to make the spell candle below the video. Spell candles are used in witchcraft, voodoo, hoodoo, and all kinds of magic, ritual, and spellcraft. You can add oils, herbs, crystals, colors, or symbols as you craft your candles to align with your magical goals. Most importantly, as you create your candle, infuse it with your intention. If your traditions call for it, you may wish to bless your candle, chant or speak words while creating it, invoke a deity, or pray over it. I begin by weighing out my wax. I'm using flakes of soy wax and I'm measuring out 4 ounces. This amount of wax will nicely fill this 5-ounce glass jar. Jar sizes are based on volume and candle wax is measured by weight. A 5-ounce jar will hold 4 ounces of wax based on weight. You can check online for the amount of wax you need for the container you've chosen for your candle. I've chosen this jar because it has a wide opening so that I can add my ingredients to the top of the candle artfully to make it aesthetically pleasing, and also because it will be easy to fill and not likely to tip over when lit for fire safety. I've created a Book of Shadows page for this particular spell candle recipe. If you'd like to download a PDF of any and all of my grimoire pages, you can visit Magical Crafting on Patreon at the link below the video. My patrons can download recipes, Book of Shadows pages, artwork, and more, all provided as PDFs. And I continue to add new downloadable content as I do more projects on the channel. I'm melting the wax over a very low heat. As you make your candle, melt your wax slowly over a low heat and do not boil or burn your wax. If you see any smoke, your wax is burning. Turn the heat down. Another option is to use a double boiler setup to slowly melt your wax. As you wait for the wax to melt, this is the perfect time to add your energy and intention as you stir the melting wax. When making your own joy and creativity spell candle, you should incorporate the ingredients that you have on hand that provide the effects that you want in your candle. You do not have to include all of the ingredients I show in this video. As always, my tutorial should only be a starting point for you to develop your own craft. I encourage you to use what feels right for you and what you have access to. Once the wax is completely melted, it's time to add the ingredients you want inside your candle. Make sure to turn the heat off before adding anything to the wax. I'm adding dried mango leaves to the wax. Mango trees are a symbol of love and happiness. The mango is important in many religions, including Buddhism and Hinduism. They bring good luck and success and symbolize life. I want to make sure that this element is ground up very finely to almost a powdery consistency before adding it to the wax, so I'm using a spice grinder. Always make sure that when you're adding ingredients that they will be fire safe. I make sure to grind mine very finely before adding them in. This way they'll incorporate into the wax and not produce a large clump or chunk that might catch fire or burn unpleasantly. I'm also adding lemon peel. These are easy to make at home. Just dry strips of lemon peel slowly in the oven until they harden. Lemon magic is uplifting and happy. It represents the sun's energy. I'm adding lemon to the spell candle for its joyful and creative properties. Lemon can dispel feelings of depression. You may wish to add an essential oil or perfume oil to scent your candle. This is an optional step, as many people like to leave their candles unscented for many reasons, including potential allergies. I'm using bergamot oil to add the magic of the plant and the lemony scent as the candle burns. Bergamot is also effective in promoting joy. The sweet citrusy scent is uplifting and can dispel depression. As I add my oil and as I stir it into the wax, I add my energy and intention and visualize the finished candle. Bergamot is a plant that can be used to boost self-confidence. It protects against negative influences and can help connect you to your higher purpose. Once you've included the ingredients you want inside the candle, it's time to add a color. I'm using a color that will correspond to the kind of magic I'll do with my candle. In this case, for joy and creativity, I'm adding several drops of orange colorant. In color magic, the color orange corresponds to joy and creativity. It's also used for magic relating to justice, courage, and any workings related to the sun and summer. The wax will lighten as it cools, going from clear to white. The cooling process will also lighten whatever color you've added. Make sure to add enough colorant to the wax to make the liquid wax appear darker than the final color that you desire. Next, it's time to pour the wax into the container you're using to hold your candle. Ensure that you're using a fire-safe container. Never use plastic or anything flammable. I'm putting a small piece of removable mounting putty on the bottom of my candle wick to stick it to the jar. I'm adding a binder clip to the top of the wick to hold it straight up, and then I slide 2 chopsticks under the binder clip on each side of the wick to create a straight up and down wick that will not droop. You can also tie the wick to a chopstick or skewer, or use a clothespin to hold the wick, whatever you have at home that works with your container. Then slowly and carefully pour the wax in and scoop any of the ingredients that have settled to the bottom. Leave your candle to cool and for the wax to firm up. The wax in my 5-ounce candle becomes somewhat firm in about 1 hour. The amount of time will vary depending on the size of your candle. Smaller candles will cool more quickly. Once the wax is cooled, you can add your ingredients to the top of the candle. I like to use a heat tool to melt a little bit of the surface wax to adhere glitter and gemstones to the top. I love to add glitter to all of my crafts, and this time I could not decide between these 3 colors. So why choose one when I can add all 3? And so that's what I did. Next, I'm adding carnelian gemstones to the top of the candle, sometimes known as the artist stone. One of the most well-known magical properties of carnelian is stimulating creativity. It's a stone that boosts vitality and brings encouragement that can get you going on a new project. Known as a stone of motivation and endurance, leadership and courage, carnelians have protected and inspired throughout history. Carnelian's bold energy brings joy and is stimulating and empowering. And finally, I'm adding some marigold petals on top, making sure to place these petals around the edges of the candle and not near the wick where they might catch on fire. Marigold flowers bring the joyful energy of the sun to my spell candle. Marigold flowers are sacred to many deities, especially Saraswati and Ganesha, 2 Hindu deities that are patrons of creative pursuits, the arts, and writing, and are honored before beginning any auspicious activity. A candle created magically in your sacred space and with great intention can bring extra power and purpose to your magic. There are many ways to use your spell candle. It's perfect for any spell work relating to joy and creativity. Light it intentionally to bring joy to your space or to bring a boost of creativity when you're creating art, crafting, cooking, writing, or any other creative pursuit. Focus energy toward visualizing your goal happening as you light your candle and as it burns. When the candle has completely burned through, you may wish to remove the gemstones, which are now infused with the energy of your intention. Keep them and use them in further magical workings or give them back to the earth. Always practice fire safety when burning any candles. I have left some important fire safety tips below the video.